I booked the vacation in February, when winter still felt endless and everyone sounded tired. It wasn't extravagant. Just a week near the coast. A rented house with enough bedrooms, so no one had to share unless they wanted to. I covered the flights up front because it was easier than coordinating payments. My sister said she'd square up later. She has 4 kids, I don't have any. I imagined mornings with coffee on a balcony, afternoons by the water, evenings where we ordered takeout and let the kids fall asleep wherever they landed. For a while, that's how we talked about it. As a break. Then, 3 weeks before departure, the tone shifted. We were on the phone, discussing airport logistics. "You'll take the kids on the flight there," she said casually. "I need a break before we even start." I laughed, thinking she was joking. "I'm serious," she added. "And once we're there, I figured you could watch them during the day. Just this week." I haven't had time to myself in years. I waited for the part where she acknowledged that I had paid for most of it. It didn't come. "I'm happy to help sometimes," I said carefully, "but not all week." A pause. Then a sigh heavy with accusation. "If you won't babysit all week, don't bother coming." The sentence hung there. It wasn't shouted. It was stated like a boundary. Hers. I've known my sister my whole life. I know when she's bluffing. I also know when she isn't. "What do you mean?" I asked. "I mean I'm not going on vacation just to keep doing the same work. If you're not willing to step up, maybe you should just stay home." Step up. As if funding the trip wasn't already stepping up. After we hung up, I sat with my laptop open, the booking confirmations glowing on the screen. Refund deadlines were approaching. Some portions were fully refundable. Others weren't. I tried to imagine going anyway. Sharing a house where resentment would sit at the table with us, being handed juice boxes and sunscreen while everyone else drifted toward the beach. I also tried to imagine staying home. The guilt came first. Their kids. It's not their fault. My sister is overwhelmed. Maybe I should just absorb it for 1 week. But underneath that was something steadier. I was tired of earning my place through usefulness. 2 days later, I called the airline. I canceled my ticket. Then I contacted the rental company and removed my financial contribution from the shared reservation. The house remained booked under her name, but without my portion, the balance due increased significantly. The cancellation emails arrived one by one. I read each carefully before closing them. Then I sent a text. "I chose to stay home. I hope you enjoy the airport floor." It was sharper than I intended, but not untrue. Without my payment, the remaining balance had to be settled before check-in. And she had insisted I not come. She didn't reply immediately. The morning of departure, I woke up early out of habit. For a moment, I forgot I wasn't traveling. I reached for my phone. 3 missed calls. 6 messages. "Where are you?" "They're saying there's an outstanding balance." "You can't do this to the kids." I pictured them at the airport, luggage piled around them. Confusion, frustration. I didn't feel triumphant. I felt calm. I responded once. "I canceled my ticket after you told me not to come. The house was partially under my payment. You'll need to resolve the rest." Her reply came quickly. "You're punishing us?" "No," I wrote. "I'm stepping out." The next call came from our mother. "Couldn't you have just helped for 1 week?" she asked. I considered that. Yes, I could have, but that wasn't the point. "For 1 week," I said slowly, "I would have been the nanny on a trip I paid for." "That's dramatic." "Is it?" There was no screaming. Just tension stretching across phone lines. They didn't sleep on the airport floor. Eventually, my sister put the remaining balance on a credit card. The trip went forward, scaled back and resentful. Photos appeared online a few days later. Smiles looked tighter. Comments about unexpected expenses. I didn't engage. At home the week felt strangely quiet. I worked. I cooked dinner without rushing. I read in the evenings. There was no one asking me to hold something, watch someone, fix something. On the 3rd day, the silence shifted from loneliness to relief. I began to notice how often my presence in family settings came with a role attached. Organizer, payer, babysitter, backup adult. Rarely just sister. When they returned, she called again. "You embarrassed me," she said. "I followed your instruction," I replied. "You told me not to come." "That's not what I meant." "I know," I said. "But it's what you said." There was a long pause. "You've changed," she added. Maybe I had. Or maybe I just stopped translating her demands into obligations. "We haven't planned another vacation. Conversations are polite, thinner now. She doesn't ask me to babysit automatically. She asks if I'm available." Sometimes I miss the version of us that felt easier. But easy had required me to shrink. That week at home wasn't glamorous, no sunsets, no ocean air, just space. And for the first time, my absence wasn't filled by stepping in. It was simply respected.